Hey, you guys, my name is Brian. I thought I'd try and help some people out here. When I went to buy the Grizzly Go699, I really was hoping that somewhere on the internet there would be a review of this saw instead of just going on what Grizzly said. So that's what I'm doing here today. I have not been bribed or coerced or talked into this by Grizzly. They're not giving me any free tools or anything. I'm just doing this because I wish somebody had done it before I had bought this saw. So the saw retails when I bought it for $7,295. Part of the reason I was attracted to this saw was the price. Also the footprint of the saw. I have a small custom shop. Anything much bigger than this just wouldn't have worked. Anything smaller than this, and I don't think I would be able to process sheet goods very well. I'm going to walk through what I consider some of the downsides to this saw, and after that I'll walk through the upsides to the saw and just give you my impressions of it. So I would say one of the first things, the saw stops don't have one of those magnifier glass that you can read down a line. You have to like align the number with the fence. So if you want 42.5 inches, it's a relative thing, right? It's not a deal breaker, but I gotta say it would have been nice. I'm not getting any younger. I wear trifocals at this point. It would have been nice if they had a magnifier gauge to make the readings. Besides that, I really do like the stops. They're extruded, looks like extruded aluminum. There's really not any slop in them. They adjust really well. They're very repeatable. You can also carry this fence out to however far you want. Well, excuse me, not however far you want. It has a maximum range of, what is it? 10 feet. I would say, like, jump on their website if you want, like, exactly the width and cross cutability. I'm not going to go through that. You can jump onto the Grizzly website and get that information. The other thing I would say, the scoring blade that this saw comes with is junk. No offense, Grizzly, but you could just toss that. And you really need to get a stackable scoring blade so that the scoring blade runs the same exact thickness as your primary blade. In use, the saw has its limitations, right? So I would not recommend this saw for a big production shop with 5 different guys walking up to it. But in a shop that there are 1 or 2 caring craftsmen that treat their tools with dignity and respect, it's going to serve you well. So for a small custom shop that's processing sheet goods, this works pretty good. The scoring blade and the primary blade have 2 separate motors. So a lot of times we're not even using the scoring blade. It cuts well enough. When this saw came in the door, it took John and I'm going to say 2 days to set it up properly. A saw like this, it's all about the setup. We had our dial indicators, we had our micrometers. We really went out of our way to set it up properly, to make sure the feet were all set level. The tool will only work as well as you set it up. Garbage in, garbage out, and vice versa. One of the other things that you need to have on a saw like this is the stop. So when you pull it back, you can lock it into a stop. So you can get your sheet in, nudge it up to your fence, and then undo the stop. The stop is in many different, you can stop it in quite a few different positions, depending on what you're doing. I would also say kind of the same complaint on the fence over here as far as the readout. Like, it's really up to the user to line the fence up exactly with your tape. You know, again, it's not a deal breaker, but yeah, it'd be neat if they had done the little magnifier with the indicator line on it. We'll also say the overarm dust collection works really nice. It collects the majority of the dust. In a small shop, that's kind of a big deal. Plus, I don't want to breathe that junk. The saw also comes with a clamp in the back. I'll use it on occasion, not so much with sheet goods, but every once in a while I'm doing a straight line rip on a piece of lumber. And that's just, I want to get it quick and dirty for my joiner. I can clamp the lumber with this. It does work well. So, you know, the limitations of the saw are, it's not for serious big time production, I don't think. It's perfect, I gotta say, for my shop. It's not too big, it's not too small. It's only me and my shop guy using it. We're both thoughtful, caring people. We really took the time to set it up properly. And I gotta say, I mean, I'm pleased with it. I didn't want to buy a used saw because you never know what you're getting. And normally if you're getting a used saw, it's because it's been rode hard and put away wet, and I didn't want that. I wanted something new. The first one is the price. The price is really hard to beat, especially for what you get. The second one is for a small shop, a small custom shop where there's one or two men or one or two people that are using the saw. If they are thoughtful and careful, I think this saw is going to provide years of accurate service. It's not for big production. One of the other things I like about it, there is zero play in the sliding aspect of the table saw. One of the other aspects I like about it is its footprint. For my 3,000 square foot shop, it's perfect. The other one is the dust collection. I gotta say, dust collection is really pretty good on this. You'll see we put a little flapper on here to help things along, but I'm breathing a lot less MDF, particle board, glue, etc., which is good. Life is short. Okay, so I'm going to just do a quick review of the cons on this saw, the downsides to this saw. In my opinion, one of the downsides, the fence and the stops on the fence do not have a magnifier glass. So it's left open to interpretation a little on what is exactly 24 inches. Another one of the cons would be the scoring blade. It's a tapered blade, so you raise or lower the blade to match the thickness of the primary blade. I think this is junk. I don't use it. I bought a split blade. I think one of the other cons would be if this saw was in a large production shop with lots of different people walking up to it and using it, I don't think it could hold its true and square so well. And there, one more con that I thought about, to know exactly where the blade is cutting in relation to the fence, we made a sacrificial block so that you know where that is. The plastic one that was supplied was junk and we just tossed it. So, would I buy this saw again? Would I recommend it for someone else? How would I rate this saw on a scale of 1 to 10? for a small shop with only a few people using it, I would rate this saw right up there. I'd give it an 8. I would buy this saw again. Would I recommend it for a large production shop with a lot of different people walking up to use it? No, I wouldn't. This saw has really been a game changer for my ability to process sheet goods, and on occasion when I change the blade out to straight line rip anything under 10 feet long. So yeah, I like the saw. It's really worked well in my shop.